Hey girls, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to be doing an unboxing and doing a manicure with products from KCNAILS. So here we just have the box. This is a really big box. I was kind of struggling to get it all on camera. So let's jump right in and do the unboxing. So as always, Kiara has the cutest packaging. I love all of the pink and it's super cute. I do want to go ahead and say thank you to Kiara for sponsoring this video. They did also send me this product because I am part of their affiliate program. If you guys are interested in any of the products that I'm showing, everything will be linked down below. You can also use my discount code, which is KCNAILS, and that will save you a little bit of money from their website. The first thing that I'm showing you is the color Peachy Keen, and this is an all-in-one acrylic powder. This can be used as acrylic or dip. The next thing I'm pulling out is a small box. I really love the design of this box. It is super cute. Inside of this we have 3 gel polishes. The first one is called Don't Be Jelly, and this is a purple jelly gel polish. The second color that we have here is called Lemon Drop. Again, this is a jelly gel polish color, so these are transparent gels. And the last gel polish color in this small box is called Poolside, and this is a really pretty blue jelly polish. The last thing that I got in this package is one of their gel liner collections. This is the collection 1. I already have the second collection. These are really pigmented gel art liners that are perfect for nail art. I am obsessed with using these for my nail designs. This is everything that I got in my Kiara package. Let's go ahead and swatch out these colors. So unfortunately, I only have 2 swatch sticks left, so I'm going to be swatching all of these colors on these 2 swatch sticks. I am just taking the Kiara dip base, and I'm going to be using this to swatch out the all-in-one acrylic powder. Again, this color is called Peachy Keen, and it's a really vibrant orange color. To swatch this out, I'm just applying the dip base to the inside of the nail swatch. Once I apply the dip base, I'm going to go ahead and dip into the acrylic powder. Once the nail has been dipped, I just went ahead and removed the excess powder from the nail. I am going to be doing a second layer of this color just to make sure I have the correct opacity of this acrylic powder. So here's the swatch of Peachy Keen. It is super vibrant. I really like this color for summer. I'm going to go ahead and swatch the yellow gel polish. Again, all of these gel polishes are the jelly polishes, so they are basically transparent colors. You do have to apply quite a few layers if you want a pretty good vibrancy to these colors. I just applied that to the stick part of the swatch, and I'm going to go ahead and paint on the other 2 gel polish colors as well. So for the next color, we are doing the purple. I'm just applying this onto the nail portion of the other nail swatch. And last but not least, we have the color Poolside, and I'm just applying this to the stick part of the other nail swatch. So right off the bat, you can see that these gel polishes are very transparent, which is actually really pretty, especially if you have a certain nail design which you just want a little hint of color to. These are the perfect polishes to put over that nail design. I did go ahead and cure, and I'm going to do a second layer of all 3 of these gel polishes just to give you an idea of what 2 coats of these polishes look like. So after curing, here are those colors. Let's move right into the nail set. So I do already have my practice hand prepped and ready for the application. As you can see from my nails, I did chop down the last set that I did with Kiara products. They look a little bit funky, especially the French tip ones, but this is just what I had to do though because the long nails were starting to bother me a little bit, so I just went ahead and cut them down. For this nail set, I am going to be doing some dip powder nails. I know dip powder can be a little bit difficult for practice hands, but I did want to do dip powder for this nail set. For the base color of the nails, I am going to be using this all-in-one acrylic powder. Again, this can be used as dip or acrylic. This is one of their cover acrylics, and this is called Mauve Taupe. It's a really pretty darker nude color. For this nail set, I am also going to be using the color Peachy Keen. This is the orange that I use for this nail set. I am also going to be using the all-in-one acrylic clear. This is just a clear acrylic powder. Again, this can be used as dip or acrylic. To apply the dip powder to the nails, I am using the Kiara Sky base, which is number 2. This is a nail resin to adhere the acrylic powder to the nail. Like I said, I do already have the nails prepped. I'm not going to be filing the shine away, but if you do want your nails to last, make sure to file the shine away from your nails. I'm just applying the dip base a little bit further down the nail than I usually do, so this is about half of the natural nail, and I'm doing a thin strip all the way down to the tip of the nail. Once I apply the dip base, I'm going to go ahead and dip into the nude acrylic powder. Once the nail has been dipped, I did tap away the excess, and that is the first layer of dip powder. I'm going to go ahead and repeat this on the ring fingernail as well as the index nail. I am skipping the middle fingernail because for that one, I just wanted to do a clear base and then do the ombre with the ombre scrub method. One thing I do want to say is doing dip powder with your practice hand is quite difficult. I ended up like double dipping the pinky as well because I didn't want to move the practice hand fingers too much, so I just figured I would go ahead and re-dip the pinky, so just ignore that during this application. Once I dip all of the nails into the powder and that layer has fully dried, I am going to take a fluffy brush and dust away all of the excess powder from the nails. This step is very important to prevent ruining your dip base. I am going to do some more layers of dip powder, so for the second layer, I am just going up the nail a little bit further than the previous layer of dip powder, covering a larger area of the nail, and once I apply the dip base, I'm going to dip into the powder. As I usually say, how many layers of dip powder that you need to do just depends on the length of your nails. You do want to make sure you have a good structure for all of your nails to prevent them from breaking. So if your nails are quite long, you do want to make sure to do at least like 4 layers of dip powder. For this nail length, I did 4 layers, but honestly, if I was doing this length on my hand, I would probably do 5 layers just to make sure I have the correct structure for the nails. But because this is just a practice hand, I figured I would do only 4 layers just to make sure I don't use too much product. For the third layer of dip powder, I am just fully covering the entire nail with the dip base, and again, I'm going to dip into the dip powder. For the last 2 layers of dip powder, you want to make sure to fully cover the entire nail, and you want to do this just to make sure you have the correct color opacity for the entire nail. You don't want to go ahead and start filing and start removing the dip powder color from the cuticle area because you only did 1 layer. Some people do like to encapsulate their nails with clear, but personally I just prefer to do an extra layer of dip powder color instead of encapsulating with clear. So once again, for the final layer of dip powder, which is my 4th layer, I'm just doing another layer of dip base over the entire nail, and I'm going to dip into the powder. As you guys can see, this dip powder color is so pretty. It really complements the skin tone of my practiced hand. I don't know if you guys remember, but I did a nail set with this color for the base of my nails. I kind of missed this set. I will pop up a picture so you can see if you missed it or don't remember it, but I kind of missed this set. I think it was really pretty. So for the middle fingernail, I am going to be doing a clear dip powder nail. Because I do have the other nails as a nude, I didn't want to risk having any of that powder fall into the clear, so I am going to be using the Kiara Sky recycled dip powder system. This thing is actually pretty cool. Personally, I thought I would never use it, but I do actually use it more than I thought I would. I'm just going to take the top tray and use this to pour the dip powder over top of the nail. Again, I just don't want to risk getting any other colors in my clear acrylic. So for the first layer, I just did the same thing that I did for all of the other nails. Once I apply the dip base, I'm taking the little tray and I'm going to scoop up the clear acrylic and start pouring that over top of the nail. Once that layer is dry, I did dust away the excess powder, and I'm going to be doing 3 more layers of the clear powder. Once all of the dip powder layers have been applied and they're fully dry, I'm going to take the Kiara Sky Seal Protect, which is number 3, and I'm going to apply this very generously to all of the nails. Seal Protect is a very important step because it does dry the layers of dip powder and allow you to properly shape and file the nails. I would definitely not skip this step when you do dip powder nails. I am taking the Kiara Sky 100 grit hand file and I'm going to go ahead and start reshaping the nails. I am just using this to reshape the edges of the nails. I'm also going to be using this hand file to reshape the surface of the nail as well. Because my dip powder application was pretty smooth, I don't have that much filing to do. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish filing the nail. I did actually do all of the other nails off camera just because this step is time consuming and very repetitive. I know when I watch other people's nail tutorials, I usually just skip the filing because I don't like to watch it. It's very repetitive and boring to me. So here are the nails after they've all been shaped and filed. Apparently I did forget to do a second layer of activator. Ideally, you would apply another layer after shaping and filing, but sometimes I do forget. So I am just removing all of the dust from the nail using some rubbing alcohol just to clean up the hand and make sure the surface of the nails are dust free. So I am going to be doing a dip powder ombre scrub for the clear nails, so I'm going back with the nude that I used for the other nails. And to do the dip powder ombre scrub, you do need a base coat gel, so I'm taking the Kiara Sky Color Base base coat. I'm just starting by applying a thin layer of the base coat gel to the entire nail. Again, I am doing this on the middle fingernail. Once I apply the base coat gel, I am taking the Beyond Home LED nail lamp and I'm going to cure that for about 30 seconds. After the base coat is cured, I am taking a small fluffy brush. I believe this is for makeup, not quite sure. And I'm picking up the powder and I'm going to start scrubbing that into the sticky layer of the base coat. As you guys know, I do this method quite often. I love it. It is super easy and very beginner friendly. If you haven't tried it before, I think you are missing out. I'm just scrubbing that powder into the sticky layer of the base coat. As you guys may know, if the color is not as opaque as you would like, just keep adding more acrylic powder. Because this nail is clear, it does not have any color to it, I am having to do a second layer of the dip powder ombre scrub. If you guys don't have to do 2 layers, you don't have to, but because this nail is clear, I did want to make sure I have a pretty good color coverage for this nude color. So I just applied the base coat gel again and I did go ahead and cure that layer as well. And I'm going to repeat the same process to get the color opacity that I'm looking for. When doing dip powder ombre scrubs, you do want to be very careful with this layer until you top coat it because you can actually ruin your ombre. If you don't like how it looks, you can just actually wipe it off with a lint-free wipe and some rubbing alcohol. But after I finished the ombre, I just went ahead and removed the excess powder from the nail using a fluffy brush. Once I finish that ombre nail, I'm also going to be doing an ombre nail for the index nail. So again, I'm taking the base coat and I'm just applying a thin layer of this to the entire nail. I did go ahead and do a 30-second cure under the nail lamp. I am going back with the fluffy brush, which I did clean in between those 2 colors. Picking up the orange powder, I'm going to go ahead and start doing the ombre on the tip of the index nail. Because this powder is so pigmented, it is a little bit more difficult to ombre these types of colors, but overall it still was very easy. Again, as you get to the area where you want the ombre, you want to make sure not to have as much powder on your brush. Because the base layer is not clear and also because this color is so pigmented, I only had to do 1 layer for this ombre. Again, once I finished the ombre, I did remove the excess powder using a fluffy brush. Once I finish with those 2 ombres, I am taking the Kiara Sky Velvet Matte Gel Top Coat and I'm going to apply a layer of this to all of the nails. I am going to be doing some nail art, but personally I love to do nail art over a very smooth surface. I personally really love doing nail art over the matte gel top coat because you don't have to worry about the gel moving and it does give you a very smooth surface for your nail art. Once I apply the matte gel top coat, I am going to go ahead and do a full minute cure under the LED nail lamp. For the nail art, I am taking the orange gel art liner, which is called Creative Outlet. This is from the gel liner that I showed earlier in this video. I'm just making sure to remove all of the excess polish from the brush. I'm going to start with the pinky nails. So for this nail design, we are doing a side French tip nail. So I'm just drawing a diagonal line starting from the free edge of the nail and going all the way down to the corner of the nail. You can do this straight or curved. Personally, I like my side French tips to be pretty straight. So once I have the initial line, I did go ahead and fill in the corner of the nail with the same gel art liner. That is basically the side French tip. So once I have that like I want, I did go ahead and cure under the LED nail lamp. I am going to be doing some textured croc print for the side fringe tip. So I'm just going back with the same gel art liner, and with this I'm going to do the croc print design. I know this may be a little bit hard to see on camera, but it is a little bit easier to see once I apply the acrylic powder. I feel like I might be pretty bad at explaining what the croc print is, but basically it's just like lines in the center of the nail, and once you have those center lines, you also want to do some lines on the side of the nail, which I kind of made mine diagonal. So once I have the croc print done, I am going back with the color Peachy Keen, and I'm going to be pouring this over top of the uncured gel. Basically, wherever you apply the gel is where the acrylic powder is going to stick. I am going to lightly tap away the excess acrylic powder, and I'm going to go ahead and cure for a full minute. Once that is fully cured, I did dust away the excess powder, and that just reveals your croc print design. I am going to take the greenish yellow gel liner, which is from the first collection. This is called Self Portrait. And again, I'm going to remove the excess polish from the brush, and I'm going to be doing a thin line, just a hairline away from the croc print side fringe. For this line, I am making sure to stay a tiny bit away from the side fringe, just because I do want that nude color to show through in between these two colors. I'm also trying very hard to get this line as straight and as even as possible. Before I cure this layer of gel, I am going back with the clear all-in-one acrylic powder, and I'm going to be pouring the clear acrylic over top of the uncured gel. I do want this line to be textured just as the croc print is. Again, once I tap away the excess all-in-one acrylic powder, I did cure under the nail lamp. Once that layer is cured, I did dust away the excess powder, and that is the finished pinky nail. I then took the gel art liner called White Canvas, and I'm applying a little bit of this onto my mixing palette. I'm just going to be using a dotting tool to pick up this white gel, and for the index nail, I'm going to be doing a flower on the side of the nail. To do this, I'm just drawing a dot where I want the edge of the flower petal, and I'm using the dotting tool to drag that color into a center point. I'm going to repeat the process for all of the flower petals. For the middle fingernail, I'm also going to be doing some smaller flowers on the nail. I'm just starting with 5 dots in a circle, and once I have all of the dots of the flower, I'm going to go ahead and drag those dots to a center point for the flower. Once I have all of the flowers like I want, I did go ahead and do a full cure under the LED nail lamp. I am going back with the yellow gel liner, and I'm going to place some of this on the mixing palette as well. Going back with the dotting tool, I'm going to put dots in the center of all of the flowers. I'm also going to be doing some small dots around the clear ombre nail. Going back with the yellow gel liner color, I'm going to be doing a French tip nail. This is a double smile line outlined French tip nail design. I don't know of any other way to call this, but I absolutely love this type of French tip nail design. As you guys know, I did it in my last Kiara Sky video, but for this, I wanted to make it a little bit different. I'm actually only doing the right side of this nail design, and you guys will see in a second why I'm only doing half. Once I finish doing that French tip nail design with the yellow gel liner, I'm going to take the orange gel liner and I'm going to complete the other half of this French tip nail design. I'll be honest, this nail design was very difficult, trying to make sure that these nail designs lined up and everything was even, but honestly it wasn't quite as hard as I was expecting it to be. But I am just mirroring this same nail design on the other half of the nail with the orange gel liner. I am just taking a fine nail art brush that doesn't have any polish on it, and I'm going to very gently try to ombre these two colors together. I feel like this part didn't quite work as well as I was expecting it to, but the nail design still came out really pretty. I did go ahead and cure that nail design for a full minute. And last but not least, I am taking the Kiara Sky non-wipe top coat gel, and I'm going to be applying this to the 2 middle fingernails. I am applying the top coat to the back of the clear ombre nail just to make sure that it is as clear as I can possibly get. I'm also taking some of the top coat and I'm applying this to the mixing palette. So I'm going back with the dotting tool and I'm just going to pick up the top coat and apply this over top of the flower. Basically, I'm doing this because I do want the ombre to be matte, but I also want to apply a top coat to the flower. I did go ahead and cure that for a full minute, and here are the nails. I think these are so cute and perfect for summer. Let me know what you guys think of this nail design down below in the comments. Do make sure to give this video a thumbs up. If you found this video helpful, do make sure to subscribe because I do post weekly nail tutorials, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!